All right, and we are back. Let us see what we are playing in the third league today. Mono Blue Tron. All right. This is Tron, but it's not your usual Tron. So, of course, we got the Tron lands, mine, power plant, and tower. And then we have a whole bunch of blue lands and Academy Ruins. So we've got map to find the Tron lands. Then we've got Remand for, remand stuff. Thirst for Knowledge. Trinket Mage, which can go find map. Dismember, 1-0 Stone. Of course, the ring is in the deck now. Karn, the Great Creator. Mindslaver, which you can loop with Academy Ruins if you have 13 mana, I believe. So if you have 13 mana worth of lands, including Academy Ruins itself, you can pay 2 with Academy Ruins. You can cast Mindslaver and activate it, take your opponent's turn, and then activate Academy Ruins and put Mindslaver back on top of your deck, which means that unless your opponent has... No, it basically locks them out. Then we've got 1 Wormcoil, 1 Ugin, EEs, Ballista. There's Repeal and Condescend in the deck as well to be interaction. 1 copy of Emrakul, the Promised End. And then sideboard. 1 ring that Karn can go fetch. Ulamog the Infinite Gyre for mill, primarily. Wormcoil, again, Chalice of the Void, Liquid Metal Coating, 2 relics. Walking Ballista, Stone Brain, Sundering Titan. Phyrexian Metamorph to copy things. 1 copy of Force of Negation, 1 extra copy of EE, and then 2 copies of Commandeer. So that is the Mono Blue Tron deck at the moment. So let's jump into a league. All right, round 1 on the play with Mono Blue Tron. We have 2 Tron lands, but they're the same land and expedition map. Is this hand keepable? We can map, and then we'll probably have to go grab an island and then be able to repeal stuff. This seems bad. Yeah, let's mull. Well, we have no lands, so let's mull again. All right. Well, we're kind of in the same position, but we're not going to 4, so let's put back 1 of the mines, and then repeal is probably the worst card, like, depending on what the matchup is, so... Let's get rid of that. Done. And let's just go mine map, and then next turn, Academy Ruins, go find another Tron piece. It's so awkward that one of the lands in our hand is Talaria West, though. All right, map, pass the turn. Oh, we're also playing against Tron. All right. I suspect they're probably not the same Tron we are. All right, island, and then go. Well, they have actual Tron. Grab power plant. Well, EE is a bit too late. What else can we do with EE? We can only play it for 1 or 0 anyway, so... I guess let's just run it out on 1. All right, opponent grabs... Wait, they grabbed Urza's tower. Okay, so they have Natron anyway. All right, how bad are we getting hit here? Yeah, sure. Karn for what? So they have 10 mana next turn? Well, hopefully they just grab a card. I mean, I guess if they grab Liquid Metal Coating, they can Coating our land in upkeep, and then we can't cast Karn. If I were them, that's what I'd do. Always Stone Rain. I assume you mean Stone Brain, but yeah, they don't have the mana to activate it. Liquid Metal Coating, yep. And they'll stop us on our upkeep. And then I'm pretty sure we just lose on the spot. I don't think we can get out of that. All right, stop on upkeep. They'll Coating. I guess if we naturally draw tower, we can get out of it. Come on, deck. Well, now we just lose. So let's just not belabor the point and let's go to game 2. All right, Stonebrain main. Let's put, what else? Commandeer and Force. Right, I can steal their spells, right? Gain control of non-creature. You may choose new target. Yeah. So steal their stuff. EE main seems atrocious. So let's cut that. Also, all of their stuff is extremely expensive, so Repeal takes 1 million mana to do anything, so that's not very good either. Oh, Dismember's terrible as well. Let's cut Dismember. Anything else to bring in? I don't think so. All right, let's run this back. Oh, I guess Ulamog? But I don't think Ulamog's better than, like, Repeal. Maybe. Wormcoil Engine also seems pretty bad in this matchup. Okay, let's cut that. Let's play Ulamog. Submit. On the play, we have Condescend, I guess. We can condescend something. We can't condescend a map on turn 1. We can only condescend something on turn 2, which is past when they're going to play a map. And then we can, like, what, Trinket Mage on turn 3 and go grab a map, which is also not great because we only have 1 Tron land. This hand's extremely slow. Let's mull again. Well, this hand's not good either, but I'm not mulling to 5. So we will keep this and then put back... I don't want to put a land back, and I don't want to put either of our payoffs back. So I guess I'm going to... But I don't want to put Repeal back either because I want to repeal their map if they play that. I guess I'm going to put back the 1 ring, as shocking as that is. All right, let's put that back. They have Gemstone Caverns? All right. Exiling Serum Powder. Oh, they're that kind of Tron. All right, well, let's just play Tron Tower and then pass the turn and then play Otawara next turn. Hers is mine. Tap for Core Tapper. And we can't... Oh, so they're Dice Factory. All right. Well, we can't repeal that, so let's just play Otawara and then pass with Condescend up. There's the tower. All right, they're attacking us for 1. That's fine. And then they just didn't play anything. That's okay. Well, Karn is really good against Dice Factory, but we need to actually hit a 4th land. Opponent has another tower. They cast the 1 ring. We're definitely countering that. How much is the scry on this? Scry 2. It's scry 2 regardless. All right, so let's just whatever. Done. Scrying, and then we have not lands, so let's just bottom anything that's not a land. And we'll take 2 from the core tapper. All right, well, it's a land at least, so now we just slam Karn. And they can't activate any of their stuff. Minus, and probably just Liquimetal for next turn. Core tapper is going to hit us down to 2, but that's fine. If they play their own Karn, then I can't Liquimetal that Karn, or then I can't Liquimetal anymore. And if I pop the Karn, then I lose the Karn. All right, let's just grab Liquimetal. Pass to you. Well, Dice Factory basically just loses on the spot if Karn's on the board, so they can still Karn themselves, and they can still cast stuff with Mystic Forge, but they can't actually activate anything. Yeah, Mystic Forge, map. So they can keep attacking Karn, but that's fine. All right, Island, definitely playing Liquimetal. Let's get them off Tron mana. And then what? I can repeal their core tapper and they can't activate it. That seems decent enough. I also I need to get Mystic Forge out of here because otherwise they can just keep playing stuff off the top. But I need to draw lands. I guess I don't have to repeal it now since they can't activate it anyway. So let's just pass the turn and then repeal in their combat step. All right, I actually do need to stop the Forge from search. Oh, that's fine. They don't even have the mana to sack it, and even if they do, whatever. All right, Urza Saga. Well, we're definitely killing that. Power Conduit, sure. That still can't do anything. I'm going to let this hit Karn so I can repeal it back to their hand at the end of turn. All right. Is this how Blood Moon feels? Yes, this is how Blood Moon feels. All right, yeah. So they realize they can't win this. And then let's just keep exactly the same thing. Okay, so wait, no. So they're Dice Factory, so I actually need to change my thought process here. So Stonebrain doesn't actually kill them dead, but if you strip Karn out of their deck, the deck kind of just falls apart. What else? Dismember is still bad because Core Tapper can just be activated at instant speed. Relic doesn't matter. None of the... Okay, so EE is actually good in this matchup. So I want EE. So I want Chalice of the Void. I can Chalice for 0, and then they can't... Yeah, I guess Chalice for 0. Ugin doesn't do anything. Let's cut Ugin. Let's cut... let's see. I need to make 3 cuts. Repeal is actually better than it usually is. I don't need to main deck Ballista. O-Stone's good. I can cut Trinket Mage. Stonebrain for Karn is good. They have a lot of cheaper stuff than normal as well. That makes Remand worse. All right, this is Condescend worse. Any of that stuff is worse, though. All right, let's cut Ulamog. All right, submit. We have not a great hand, but a keepable one. We have map on turn 1, turn 2, hold up map and Condescend. We have Thirst for Knowledge. All right, map. All right, play our own map, and then just hope that Force Spike over here is good enough to keep them off of whatever they play on turn 3. All right, Karn's a good draw. So let's play Island, and then just pass back to you. So they assemble Tron, and now what are they going to play? See, that's bad. Okay, I guess they're going to grab Liquimetal Coating, and then we can't even Condescend it. So we just need to crack this map now. Grab one of the Tron pieces, I suppose. So go grab Liquimetal, play Liquimetal, shut one of our lands off, presumably the Island. And then they just start stripping us. We can never get up to 4 mana for Otawara, so we're just dead. All right, on to round 2. I will stand by that even though I dislike Blood Moon, Tron Mirrors are the worst form of magic. Burn Mirrors, question mark? No, Burn Mirrors are fine. Burn Mirrors have actual decision making in terms of throwing burn spells at creatures or the face and like trying to race them. There's having to navigate around Eidolon of the Great Revel. Tron Mirrors are just literally who's on the play, they win. We can't do anything except cast EE for 1. Well, all right, we have 2 Tron pieces, and it's still not very good, but I will keep this. Keep, put Emrakul back, done. Play Urza's Mine, and go. I'm new to MTG, and your videos are very good for learning, by the way. Thanks. Well, thank you. Basic Swamp, nothing. All right, that's extremely helpful. Cast map. Want to check out your marathons. The Slivers were a great watch. The Jund game was awesome. Yeah, that game was great. Opponent just has 2 basic swamps and not doing anything, which means I assume it's Orcish Bowmaster is about to come in. All right, so I can map for the other Tron piece right now, but then I can't do anything with that Tron piece, so it's better to just play Hall and then just hold up the mana to map. They didn't do anything. What's our opponent on? Are they on Coffers? This many basic swamps indicates Coffers to me. 3 mana, Palantir of Orthanc. Okay, I believe they're on Coffers then. All right, well, let's just crack the map now. Let's go grab Power Plant, right? Yeah. And then, sure, you can mill. For those not in the know, Have Canadian Ninja draw a card? No. They mill over a thing, we take 1 damage. All right. Power plant, Karn. Now I believe we just Liquimetal them out of the game. Liquimetal. We can also play One Ring, I suppose. But that lets them untap with potentially enough mana to shoot Karn. So let's just not let them do that. Can this target walkers? It can target walkers. So if they have this in their hand, they can just shoot Karn before we Liquimetal. In that case, let's just grab the One Ring and start drawing cards. All right, pass the turn. Anyway, going back to this. So this is basically you put counters on it and then you scry to and then you mill, and your opponent, or rather your opponent chooses whether you mill and take damage equal to the total mana value of the milled cards or whether you draw a card. Well, that's pretty bad. So they kill our Karn and now we can't activate the One Ring. All right. Can't activate EE either. We can't do anything else. Oh, we can Hall of Storm Giants them, right? Activate this blue, and then I have to pay all my mana. I have to pay 5. And then I can kill their Karn. All right. What is this? Cabal Coffers. Attack Karn. And then I guess are there cards I can play on 2 in this deck? I don't think so, right? I guess I could play Map if I draw it, so let's draw. All right. Go ahead, opponent. Why didn't this trigger at their end step? Oh, because it's target opponent, so the ring blanks the trigger. All right. Coffers for 4. They play their own One Ring. Draw card. Palantir. No, you're not drawn. All right. We milled over Damnation and Knight's Whisper and go to 12. Ring takes us to 10. So what can we do now? We can certainly play Karn to shut this off. That seems like the best bet, right? Activate the One Ring. I'll let them start drawing cards with this now. So we have 12 mana. Is there any... I guess I would play Mindslaver if I drew it. So let's draw more cards. All right, we did not draw it. Can I actually repeal both of these? That doesn't really matter either. All right, so Karn minus... Am I grabbing Liquimetal to start trying to Liquimetal them? Sundering Titan doesn't really do much. Yeah, all right, Liquimetal. Play Liquimetal. Put a stop on their upkeep. And then what? I have 1 floating mana, so I can play the Map, and then I can repeal something back to their hand. Play the Map. Pass to them. 2 mana. Is it going to be March this? And then they exile some black cards from their hand? Or I guess Fatal Put... Oh, yeah, okay, so they're exiling to deal a bunch to this. March of Wretched Sorrow. Well, we can condescend that. Cast this. They have no floating mana, so let's tap this, and you have to pay X as 1, which you cannot pay. I'm going to bottom both of these. And then we're going to lose this mana if we don't spend it now, so I think I just repeal my Map to draw a card, because I can't repeal their stuff. Repeal this. All right. Then this fizzles. Then I have to discard a card. I'll discard a basic island, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I discard one of the Tron lands. They do play Field of Ruin in their deck, though, so I shouldn't. The Map is also pretty weak, but I guess the Map grabs Academy Ruins, so... Yeah, okay, let's discard basic island. Then they untap, and now we're going to Liquimetal this, and then F6 to their turn. Float a whole bunch of mana, and then what? March again? Well, they have it instant speed. March again, all right. Well, at least it stops their mana on that turn, so now they only have 2 or potentially more if they draw it. Draw with the ring, play Field of Ruin, and now they'll try to field us off of Tron, presumably. All right, so they field us off of Tron, grab an island. The Palantir triggers, and we can no longer afford to have them mill. So they draw a card. All right, ring triggers, we go to 7. So we're at the point where we probably just have to replace the ring. I would really like to play Karn, so let us draw 4 cards. Did not draw Karn. O-Stone doesn't get rid of their ring. We do have to play a new ring. So let's get Tron back online, play the ring. If you're watching this game on YouTube and you see the opponent's clock just suddenly jumped way lower than it was, it's because they're taking a very long time to make a decision here. All right. Keep the new ring, trigger the ring. Let's draw another card in case we draw Karn. We did not draw Karn. So now we have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana left. What's the best course of action here? Is it just... So I can't keep them off Coffers mana, so they're going to have a lot. This isn't going to trigger. I just don't have any good moves, right? I guess I just repeal their ring so they're drawing less cards. Yeah. All right, repeal this. We drew Thirst for Knowledge, which I probably want to cast more than anything else, because I just want to draw Karn more than any other card. So let's run out a Map and then end the turn and discard a whole bunch of cards. All right, let's discard Dismember. Actually, Dismember? No, hang on. They play Sheoldred, right? So Trinket Mage is pretty useless. How many more do we have to discard? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 more. I want to get rid of... I guess Wormcoil can draw us, or can gain us life. EE sucks here, and... I still want to keep these Tron lands in case the opponent fields us. So then is it the difference between Let's get rid of Worm Coil. Now we can hold up Condescend and Thirst for Knowledge, although they have a ton of mana, so Condescend's not going to be very good. Turn this off. So Coffers makes 5, and then they have another 3. Demolition Field. All right, Float 2. That resolves. Use the ability, get an island. And then they're going to fade our mana out. All right, let's just cast Thirst for Knowledge now then. So we have to discard O-Stone if we're not getting rid of anything else. Or alternatively, let's get rid of Mine and one of the Dismembers. I think that's actually better. Let's get rid of 2 cards. Mine, Dismember. And then we don't have any more responses. I guess we can Condescend for 0 just to scry. 1 ring returns. Yep. Sheoldred. All right. Draw a card. Gain life with Sheoldred. All right, I'm not condescending. Ring trigger. We go to 6. Sheoldred trigger. We go to 4. All right, so I got to blast the field now. So let's put Power Plant back into play. Crack this map now. Go grab the last Power Plant in case they get it again. So yeah, we got to get Sheoldred off the field. We got to get this off the field. And we got to gain some life too. How much mana does this take? This is 8. And this is another, and then it's another 4 to play this. So this costs 12. And I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have exactly the mana to do both. All right, draw some cards with the ring. Oh, right. Yeah. Duh. I don't know why I thought to do that. Okay, Coffers. Nothing side. I guess no. Commandeer sides in and Force sides in, and then cut Trinket Mage. E. This member can kill Sheoldred, so it's not completely useless. All right, submit. On the play, we have map and a mine to try to find what we need. It's gonna take a while though. I guess it's fine though. We do have actual interaction. All right, keep. It's also gonna take them a while to get to Demo Field and Field of Ruin. Mine, map, go. All right. Ooh, well. That's nice. Proceed, opponent. Second swamp. Casting Knight's Whisper. That's fine. Let's just pop this now. Tower. Ironically, we can't actually do anything with the tower next turn, though. So it's probably going to just be play an island. Unless we draw a card that we can cast with Tron. Opponent cleanup step discards the 1 ring. All right, well, no. So we're going to play island instead. And then I guess I'm going to play another map and then try to condescend X1, whatever they play. If they play something I can condescend, I'll do that. If not, I'll map for the other power plant. All right, looks like they're not doing anything. So let's just, I guess that leaves tower exposed, but we don't have to play it yet. All right, let's grab power plant. So we're going to do it now. Kill our mine. Yep, grab an island. All right, well, play another mine and pass the turn with multiple counters up. Opponent plays Coffers. 3 mana for Knight's Whisper. I guess I'm going to counter this. X is, oh, they can pay 2, so X is 3. All right. Worm Coil on top is not good. Remand on top is okay, but also not very good. Do I just bottom that? Yeah, let's bottom that. They potentially have a ton of mana next turn. All right, that's very good. So, Tower, Karn. Hang on, let's back up. So I do this. There's no way that I can play this with Liquid Metal Coating and also hold up Force. Play this. Play Liquid Metal Coating. This fizzles. I have to tap one of the islands. Okay, yeah, so there's no way to do it, so let's just play Karn. They have don't forget that they have March of Wretched Sorrow, so we do have to grab something that's actually value-based, which is probably just going to be 1 ring. Sundering Titan's not even good against them. Yeah, so let's just grab 1 ring, play 1 ring, trigger 1 ring, draw with 1 ring. All right, I was hoping to get a blue card there so I could hold up Force of Negation, but it is not to be. All right, what do they got? They conceded. All right. Why Ulamog the Infinite Gyre over Hunger? Is it Annihilator? It's because it has the shuffle effect, so it's a sideboard card against Mill. All right, same sideboard, run it back. We have 2 of the Tron lands, and we can't Talaria West on curve to get the last one. This hand also has absolutely nothing in it aside from Walking Ballista. Yeah, it's a mulligan. Map and 2 islands. Well, it at least has Remand. Whew, these are rough. All right. I guess keep. Bottoming O-Stone. Dismember. We're probably more likely to die quickly to a Sheoldred than anything else, so let's just put that down. Thought sees us, sure. I presume they'll just take Remand. All right, they took Remand. All right, island, map, go. They play a second swamp and pass the turn. All right, well, no reason to play Academy Ruins right now, so let's just play this island and then pass the turn with map mana up. We can very, very slowly assemble the Tron. Crack map. Do I want Tron or just want to get Field of Ruin? I'm so far away from Tron. I think I would rather just get Field of Ruin to try to kill their Cabal Coffers when they finally get to it. Yeah. All right, well, let's play, I guess, Academy Ruins, map, and then just pass the turn with map mana or repeal, but probably repeal doesn't do anything. 4th swamp, play the ring, crack the map. Let's go grab a tower. All right, well, let's play the tower, I guess. What am I doing? I can't even repeal that. Playing Field of Ruin exposes it to their Field of Ruin, so let's just play tower past the turn. And then I guess I might just Academy Ruinsing and putting Expedition map back on top of my deck to get Tron mana, but even if I do that, I can't do anything with the mana, so I guess I just keep drawing normally. There's Cabal Coffers. Karn. All right. So now they can grab Liquimetal, and then they can keep me off of repealing Karn back, or I guess I can repeal back Liquimetal coding on their turn. Yeah, Liquimetal, sure. All right, put that back in your hand. All right. Oh, we can't activate the One Ring. There's Ballista, which we also can't activate. So Field of Ruin, blow this up. But now we're just in a position where they're going to put Liquimetal coding down again, and then they can actually start strip mining us. And we have actually nothing to play. So the only way out then is to draw Karn so that we can play our own Karn and shut off their Liquimetal coding from being activated. But even then, there's so many cards ahead of us. 5 mana. Liquimetal coding, yeah. I presume they'll Liquimetal... What are they doing? Oh, they're minusing for another card. All right, getting what? The One Ring, sure. Liquimetal our island, sure, tap that. Play a new Karn. Strip mine our island. All right, we have to draw Karn right now. And even then, they have 8 cards in their hand, so if they have March, we're boned. Karn right now. And we draw a repeal. All right, well, what can we do? We actually do have enough mana to repeal Karn now, but how does that help us? Because they will untap. They can just play Karn again, so we have to, like, they Liquimetal us, we float them on in response, and then if they try to... They still get to strip mine us even if we repeal in response to that. Okay, let's not belabor the point. We're losing this game. All right, 0-2 with Blue Tron. On to round 3. On the play. All right, 2 Tron lands, but no actual ability to find the third one, and no plays until turn 4. Yeah, mulligan. 2 islands and a map, and can't do anything. Mulligan. All right, we have 2 of the Tron lands, and like nothing else. So we'll keep this, we'll put back one of the Otawaras, and we'll put back one of the power plants. All right, play power plant, go. We see Chrome Coast, so probably Hammer. Yep, looks like Hammer. All right, well, let's just play this other Tron land, play the map, pay the 1 on this, pass back to our opponent. We are short of being able to cast the Ring next turn. Another Seachrome Coast, another Esper Sentinel, Relic of Progenitus, sure. And we're going to take 1 from this Sentinel. All right, well, I'm probably not remanding anything, so it's most likely just play Hall of Storm Giants since it's tapped, and then map for Tower and play Tower next turn. All right, proceed, opponent. Basic Island, activate Relic to draw a card. This is not Hammer, right? Because does Hammer play Relic main deck? So it's got to be something else. Maybe it's Urza. All right, map. Go grab Tower. All right, Tower. And then I want to pay for both of these. So we will go... I can't hold up Remand if I do that. That's fine. So cast the Ring. That resolves. We will pay it. Then this one resolves, and we will pay it with the blue. We get the Ring. Trigger the Ring. Let's draw a card. Another Tower. That's nice, I guess. And pass to our opponent. We have no ability to do anything during their turn, so let's just F6. Urza's Saga. Okay, is it Hammer then? And they just like have a 1-of Relic in their deck or something? Okay, it is Urza. All right, take 1 from the Ring. Trinket Mage is not helpful, so draw with the Ring. Wow, we're just drawing nothing. I guess I can bounce Urza back to their hand with Otawara. I also probably want to get rid of this Urza's Saga, so let's play Field of Ruin. How much mana do I have? So I'm going to field, kill this. I get an island into play. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 mana. 3 of it goes to Otawara to bounce Urza back to their hand, potentially. So, and that leaves another 3 for Trinket Mage. All right, so tap the Tower, activate Field of Ruin, blow this up, grab an island, and then what am I doing from here? Play the map, and then they can hold both of these up. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right. Let's just play the... if I play the map, then the Esper Sentinels trigger, and I don't want to pay for them. I guess I just pass the turn and then, like, bounce Urza on their end step or something. Or maybe I just bounce Urza now, and then when they go to replay it, I'll remand it. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. Otawara, bounce this back to your hand. And then go. Memnite, yeah. So they're going to attack first. Why attack first? Why not just try to jam Urza back into play? All right, we go to 9 off the attack, and then they'll just try to replay Urza, and then we're going to remand that. And we can pay for 1 of the Sentinels, but not both of them. Pay that Sentinel, and then F6. Man, we're just drawing nothing, eh? Another Esper Sentinel. Ring trigger, we go to 7. We have drawn an island. All right, draw with the ring. Jeez. Another 2 lands, Wormcoil. Well, let's play Tower. If I play Wormcoil, I don't have enough to activate Hall. That's fine. So let's play Wormcoil. And then let's just play Trinket Mage. If I map, what can I map for that I care about? Nothing really, right? All right, Trinket Mage. Search the deck. Go find Ballista would actually be pretty good here. Yeah, go find Ballista. And then we'll wait to play that. I'm not going to play map because I can't play for all 3 Esper Sentinels. So now we'll pass the turn. And we're at a de facto 4 life because of the ring trigger next turn. So we have to block Wormcoil on something. Well, we can gain 6 with the Wormcoil though. So I don't think we're dead unless they can answer the Wormcoil engine. Ingenious Smith. Trigger Ingenious Smith. They found Nettle Cyst. Play Urza. Trigger Urza, which triggers the Smith. They have now 6 mana of blue off of their various artifacts. Play Nettle Cyst. And then I think they're going to equip Nettle Cyst to one of the Sentinels. No, they're not. They're just setting up for next turn or what? Okay. All right, untap ring trigger, go to 4. So if I tap the ring now, I have to draw another ring. But yeah, so if I tap the ring now, I have to find a way to get it off the board. Or I guess I can attack with Wormcoil. How big can I make this Ballista? I have 12 mana, potentially 14, so I can make it a 7/7. So I can kill all the Sentinels and Urza and then lose it and then have too many creatures and then I can block here and die. Just playing a giant Ballista would probably lose, so we probably just have to gamble on the ring. So let's draw with the ring. We're gonna draw 4 cards, right? Well, we drew Thirst for Knowledge, I guess. Yeah, we can't afford to pay for any of the Sentinels, so let's just cast Thirst for Knowledge and not pay for any of them. All right, cast Thirst for Knowledge. All of these go on the stack. I'm not gonna pay for any of them. We drew Karn, so let's discard. Actually, can I back that up? No, I can't. Okay, let's discard a map. And then let's play Urza's Tower, play Karn. And now we've got to go Karn for the ring that's in our sideboard. Play the ring, keep this ring. And now what? We can play Ballista for 4. I don't care about that. I'm going to attack with Wormcoil just to gain the life, I think. All right, swing with the Wormcoil. We cannot protect Karn anyway, so we may as well just gain some life. If they don't trade with this, they'll just like throw a chump blocker on it, but they'll probably just trade with it, right? Otawara bouncing what? Bouncing the Wormcoil back to our hand, sure. So we don't gain any life. All right. I guess I just hold Otawara up, right? Go to cleanup. Discard a bunch of lands. 1, 2, 3. We don't need to west for any. I guess we might want to west for Academy Ruins later. 1, 2, 3. Our opponent has 10 gajillion mana, so we don't want Condescend. Wormcoil's not getting us out of this, so that can go too. Genius Smith triggers from Citadel. Genius Smith finds Pithing Needle. All right, that's bad. So they Pithing Needle. I guess let's draw. All right. So they'll name Karn or the ring. One of those two. Either way, we can Otawara it. They named the ring. All right. Triggers the Smith. Paying another bunch of mana. Casting another Urza. Sure. Oh, no, they're activating Urza, not casting it. They found a land. They are attacking Karn, right? Yeah. No blocks. Karn dies. And then I'll have to Otawara this Pithing Needle back to their hand on end step. Activate Urza, find Portable Hole. They can't do anything with that, so they'll just cast it so they have more Urza mana. All right. Channel Otawara, bouncing the Needle. Take our turn. Take 1 from the ring, go to 3. Found an expedition map. That doesn't help. Draw with the ring. Ugin actually doesn't work here because they have too many colorless gigantic artifacts and Nettle Cyst. So now what? We have a lot of mana though. 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17. What can we Karn for? We've already grabbed the ring out of our board, so we can't Karn for that. Looks like nothing. So in that case, let's say we Ulama, or rather we Ugin, we eat their board except for the Karnstructs, and then they have 2 gigantic Karnstructs and Memnite. Actually, they'll be a lot smaller with all these artifacts off the board. I guess that's what we have to do. Yeah, let's do that. And then how big can we make a Ballista? So 10, 11, 13, 15, 17. Let's play Power Plant. EE could hit the Karnstructs. That is a good point. We have EE in our board, right? Yeah. So 17 mana. Ugin, we go down to 9. Then we can Karn for EE, blow the Karnstructs up. I don't want to have to pay for these Esper Sentinels. I guess I will, though. So we'll go 17 is 9, 5, 3 mana to activate EE, and then exactly 3 to pay for all of these. Okay, let's do that. So let's go Ugin. All the Sentinels trigger. I will pay the first one. I have not miscounted, right? I have exactly enough. This pays for that, then that's Karn EE. Yeah, I have exactly enough. Yes, pay to prevent the draw. Then tap this. Pay to prevent the draw. Okay. Pay to prevent the draw. Resolve Ugin. I have to -4. Okay. -4. Then Karn. Minus Karn. Grab EE. Cast EE for 0. And then there's no reason to do it now, I guess. They might have Whir, I guess. Yeah, let's just activate it now. Whatever. That's fine. All right, pass the turn. Good call, Alta Biscuits. They do get to untap with 4 cards, but they cannot activate either of their Citadels or Nettle Cyst anymore. What is this? Shadow Spear. Pithing Needle, naming one of these. Naming Karn. Portable Hole with no target. All right, and we still can die to our 1 ring. So we do have to get rid of that too. All right, we're at 1. Okay, we can repeal it back to our hand. So let's draw with the ring. All right, we can just play another one. Cast the ring. Keep the new ring. Let's just Ugin Bolt them. Let's play another Tron land. Let's play, how much for Ballista? 9, 10, 11, 13, 15. We can make a 7/7 Ballista. But I would like to keep Remand and whatnot up. So let's make a... They're de facto at 14 next turn with Ugin. So Ballista only needs to be 7 power. So let's untap. So that's 4/4 Ballista, 5/5 Ballista. That can work. So 5, take off another 5. It's probably close enough. Done. Metallic Rebuke. Sure, I'll pay that. Pay the Rebuke tax. All right, we can't activate Karn, so pass the turn. We have too many cards. Let's discard a map. All right, I just think they don't have anything. Maybe. No, they do have something. 1 ring. Remand that. All right, yield to this. All right, plus shoot here. And then put a counter on this. Put a counter on this. A counter on this. Attack them. They go to 6, and then we can just shoot them to death. Remove, shoot. Remove, shoot. Remove, shoot. Remove, shoot. Remove, shoot. And then remove, shoot. All right, game number 3. Retaining our exact same sideboard. Or no, is it game number 2 or 3, right? It's game number 2. So they're on Urza. The tons and tons of Esper Sentinels makes me more inclined to put Ballista in the deck. So I think I want that. Also EE. Although it is a problem if you take out too many things for Karn. Wormcoil's not very good. What else? They have Urza and One Ring, both of which are good to commandeer. Trinket Mage. Repeal is fine against them. It kills Constructs and various other things. They get a lot of mana and tax stuff with the Esper Sentinel, so the Condescends are pretty bad. But they also have 4-drops that we need to counter. This is probably fine. Maybe Thirst for Knowledge is bad. Let's cut that and put Commandeer in. All right, on the draw, we cannot keep this. We only have 1 land, so we will mull. All right, we have 3 lands. It's pretty slow, but we do have interaction. So keep this, put back 1 Condescend. All right, turn 1 Esper Sentinel, real bad for us. Okay, well, that's looking a little bit up. Let's just play mine first in case we draw Tron back to back. I'm probably just ballisting this for 2 to kill it. Maybe I'm ballisting that to kill it. They got another Esper Sentinel. Well, I can't use any of my spells without them drawing cards, so I probably do need to just play this Ballista and kill this. Yeah, I can't afford to wait on it. Oh, did I cast this for 0 by accident? Fantastic. Well, that is my mistake. Either way, this is looking horrible. Like, they're just going to play another Esper Sentinel next turn. Triggers the Ingenious Smith, goes to 2. Then they have still taxing on the board, or they can just hold Constructs up. I have nothing going for me. I think we're going to lose this game, and playing it out is just going to take forever. So let's just move on. All right, Chalice on 1 is not good enough. Let's run this back. On the play, we have 3 lands, on curve Condescend, or we can commandeer something, but it's still pretty bad. Karn is all right against them, not great. Mulligan. All right, this is even worse. We can't actually do anything. So mulligan again. 3 Urza's power plants, and can't do anything. All right, mulligan to 4. Hope to draw another land, I guess. Keep, put back, Ugin, Condescend, or Oblivion Stone, and Ballista. Play a map. Seachrome Coast, turn 1 Esper Sentinel to punish us again. No, Portable Hole or map, sure. All right, well, we cannot do anything, so pass the turn. Urza's Saga, Esper Sentinel. I guess I don't have to kill this now. I can wait to see if I draw a second land. We did draw a second land, and it's a Tron land. All right, Goat. Urza's Saga ticks up to 2. Memnite, casting Thoughtcast. Okay, I did not know they were playing Thoughtcast. I guess that would have been a reason to kill this now, or kill this earlier. Let's just shoot it now. All right, so we pay for the Sentinel. It dies. They draw 2 more cards off Thoughtcast. Do they just not have another land? Or no, they're a turn behind. They're on curve, right? Yeah. Well, mine go. At least they don't get to make a Construct. So what do they get? I assume they have Springleaf Drum in their deck. Yeah, there we go. Paying to Fairy. Well, even if we had a blue mana, these are dead now. All right, go. Hallowed Fountain, Shock, play Esper Sentinel, play another Esper Sentinel, tick to Fairy up, take one down to 15 from the Memnite, or they're just going to hold it. If they're holding it, then that tells me, why are they holding it? They have the Esper Sentinels to use Drum with. All right, well, there's Otawara, so let's play that. And then I guess we can do what? We can like repeal Portable Hole, not pay the Sentinels, and then go grab our last thing. Yeah, okay, so repeal Hole. Don't pay for either of these. Oh, they have Metallic Rebuke, don't they? Why didn't they wait for me not to pay these? Because now I'll just pay them. Well, I'm not paying for Rebuke, but I'll pay for these now. If they hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have paid for them. All right, well, go. Fairy ticks up. We're going to take 3 down to 13. A Lavinia. All right, well, we drew an island. We still can't do anything. Go ahead. And now we're taking 5 a turn, so we're on a 3-turn clock, assuming they don't play anything else. Another land. Teferi goes up. Take 5 down to 8. All right, I guess let's try this again. Repeal this, blue, this. And then I will pay 1. And I will not pay the other one. We drew it. Okay, I guess we're just playing it then. And then what do we map for? We can't cast either of these anyway. I guess there's no reason to do it now because whatever land we go grab, we can't play anyway right now. So pass the turn back. So if they don't stop our Tron mana, I guess we'd probably just map for another tower. 4 mana for Urza. Yep. Let me take 4, go to 4. Or yeah, 4, go to 4. Fairy. What are we doing? What is this targeting? Return up to 1 thing. It's just targeting nothing. If we Talaria West, if we grab Talaria West, we can West for EE, but that doesn't get enough stuff off the board. We can also West for a Ballista. A Ballista would be good. So yeah, let's go grab Talaria West. And then, I don't know that Ballista actually saves us though. Oh, actually it doesn't though, right? Teferi can just bounce it out of the way. Commandeer, non-creature spell. Okay, so that doesn't work. So we have to transmute. And yeah, the only thing we can get here is Ballista. So then, cast Ballista. But this doesn't get us out of it either. They have too many attackers. And also Teferi. So they can just bounce Teferi back to our hand and then we can't even do anything, right? Shoot, shoot, shoot. Can't even chump block. All right, they got it. 0-3 with Blue Tron. Round 4 on the draw. This looks acceptable, I guess. We have cards that we can play. Aether Vial, sure. The plan is probably to repeal that. All right, Tower, go. I guess maybe I should have just played EE on 1. Yeah, that might have been better. But I'm probably just repealing the Aether Vial. Island. So this is Merfolk, right? It's got to be Merfolk. Yep, it is Merfolk. All right, yeah, well, let's just repeal it. Repeal, and then back to you. So now if they play Aether Vial again, I can play EE. The fact that we can only EE for 1 is also an issue, because now we can't kill... If we had 2 colored mana, we could actually blow up all their lords, but we can't. Tide Shaper, presumably to turn off Urza's Tower. Not that that was doing anything anyway. And now they're going to, what, attack us for 2 and then play the Aether Vial? And then our turn's going to be, like, EE for 1, blow it up immediately. They didn't attack. All right, Tower. X is... actually, no. They didn't play Aether Vial. I guess I just run out Trinket Mage then. I could keep Condescend up, but that seems bad. All right, let's just run out Trinket Mage. All right, use the ability. Go grab Ballista. Pass. All right, Master of the Pearl Trident. We can at least trade with Silvergill. They play Aether Vial again. All right, snap. Oh, I can't... All right, they have Island Walk. I can't block. Okay. I can play Karn, but then it just dies. So... I think I just go Ballista, shoot this. All right, kill your Lord, and then pass it back. Another Lord, so we still cannot block them. We take 6, we go to 8. I really wish we could play EE for 2, but we can't. All right, so we can dismember this Lord and play EE. If we dismember this Lord, then we're at 3. That's pretty rough. All right, play this. Dismember this guy. Or sorry, we're at 4. I miscounted. Dismember, we go to 4. And then play EE for 1. Done. Then crack this. And then I guess we just run EE out again. Or do I just condescend to scry? I guess I'm just probably going to condescend to scry. Because I need to find specific stuff. So, pass the turn. Another Lord? No, another Silvergill. And they revealed another Silvergill? Dismember our guy. Okay. I guess let's condescend this to scry. We need to draw what? Like the 1 ring? Okay. None of that is helpful. So, bottom that, bottom that. We take 2, we go to 2. Alright. We can't EE these off the board. We can Karn for something that costs 1. That doesn't help. All right, game 2. Against Merfolk. Worm Coil is probably all right. No, actually it isn't. They can island walk through our board, so we can't even block anything, and it's slow. EE is okay to blow up Aether Vial, but that's it. I guess I'm gonna put these in and then cut one of these EEs. Do I want Ballista main deck? Not really. All right, let's run this back. On the play, we repeal. We have this hand's not good, but no, this hand's really not good. I should mull this. We have 2 lands, neither of which are blue. We can't play any of our blue spells. We can commandeer, but they don't have like one central card that we need to hit. We have the 1 ring, but we need to draw 2 more lands in order to play it. So this also seems like a mull. Mull to 5. We have 2 of our Tron lands, and we can actually cast stuff. All right, keep, bin, Academy Ruins, and bin 1 of the 2 Condescends. Yeah, done. Right, play the mine, go. 1 mana on Tide Shaper. I think we actually just have to kill that now, because we need to be able to hold up Condescend next turn. All right, kill that. Play an island, go. Waterlogged Grove, nothing. All right, so they have Merfolk Trickster maybe. All right, Power Plant, play a map, pass the turn. Flash and Hexcatcher. All right, let's counter that. Condescend scries into what? Karn and Karn. All right, let's definitely keep 1 on top, but do we need a second one? Maybe. We're going to map. If it stays on top, we're just going to map it out of the way, right? So the second one doesn't matter. All right, whatever. Both on top. So next turn we go map, get tower. Karn, we only get 1 mana left after that. We literally have no 1 mana plays with Karn in the sideboard. I guess we have Relic of Progenitus, which does nothing here. We have EE. This is non-creature, right? Non-creature spell. Cavernous Souls, Tide Shaper. Okay, and then our Tron gets shut off. Well, that's unfortunate. So now I guess we just hard cast Karn. Yeah, just hard cast Karn. Subtlety. All right, well, I guess we're putting Karn back on top. We already have a Karn on top, so let's bottom this one. Because now they're going to play another creature, then they'll have more on the board, which means the next Karn that we play is probably just going to get killed immediately. All right, Hexcatcher. Oh, they can counter our Karn now. Well, I guess we just have to jam Karn into a counter spell. And then if they have to either sack the Hexcatcher or they have to sack Tide Shaper and turn Tron back on. All right, they're sacking Tide Shaper as Hexcatcher as expected. All right, 3 mana for Zvielin maybe? Yep, there's Zvielin. Is it just it's when it attacks period, right? When it attacks, draw a card. Yeah. All right, what's our draw? O-Stone is acceptable. All right, so map, go grab the last Tron piece. Oh, this is indestructible. Meh. Urza's Tower, play Urza's Tower, play O-Stone. It's indestructible if they have 2 other Merfolk, right? At least 2 other Merfolk. So it doesn't count itself. Playing Tide Shape or Master of the Pearl Trident. And they draw another card, and we take 7 and go to 4. That's rough. All right, we just have to pop this immediately to kill everything. So sack this. And then they still have Zvielin, and then if they have any Lord, we lose. Cavernous Souls on Merfolk. Tapping for a Silvergill Adept, revealing. Okay, they have a Lord in their hand, so we're dead. All right, well, 0-4. Can we win at least 1 game with Blue Tron? Final match. Can we actually win one? We're on the draw. We have 2 Tron lands and no way to ensure that we get the next one, and can't cast anything in our hand, so we will have to mull. All right, this is better, but still not very good, but it is better. I don't think we're going to need multiple EEs on one, so we can put that back. Sacred Foundry off of a Flooded Strand. Ragavan. All right, well, I guess we're playing EE on 1. Flooded Strand again. Get hit by Ragavan. We go to 18. Ragavan exiles Urza's Power Plant. Opponent casts Territorial Kavu. Okay, so it's Zoo. Well, we just have to pass and then kill Ragavan off, so... Feels like this deck has to mull a lot. Yes. I'll discuss that in the wrap-up. So, fetch domain. Territorial Kavu is a 5/5. Tapping for Sign of Draco. Red creatures get first strike. Sure. Into combat. Attack with both. Pop EE. I guess let's see what they discard. They discarded the 4th Flooded Strand. Alright. Pop EE. Blow up Ragavan. Alright, so we take 5, go to 13, and then our opponent is representing 9 more damage next turn, and we have absolutely nothing in our hand that can interact with that at all. If they're fetching now, I'm assuming that means they have another Ragavan to play. Maybe not. Wild Nicodle, I guess? Yeah, Wild Nicodle. Alright. So now our opponent is representing 12 damage. We can Dismember to kill Kavu. Huh. So we Dismember, kill Kavu. We go to 9. Then they attack for 7. We go to 2. Unless we play Ballista to chump block. But how are we even getting out of this next turn? We're at 3 mana. We can't even do anything. Yeah, next game. Alright, so they're Domain Zoo. So... this only affects non-creature spells, so that doesn't work. EE would be good if we could make more than one color of mana, but we can't. So all they have Ragavan and Wild Nacatl, so EE isn't completely without merit, but it mostly doesn't do anything. So I think we just board nothing and run it back on the play. Okay, we have actual interaction, so I think we can keep, despite the fact that we don't have Tron. I guess it's technically correct to play Power Plant first. Turn 1, Wooded Foothills, crack, Sacred Foundry into Ragavan. Yep. So now we play Hall of Storm Giants, and we can dismember that or repeal that or condescend whatever they follow up with, but they'll probably just attack with Ragavan and then... Alright, so regardless, no reason to do anything right now, so pass the turn. Second land, begin combat. Well, I can't hold up both, so maybe I'm just supposed to repeal this back to their hand. Alright, they just replay it. Okay, that's good. So now we can hold up Condescend and Dismember. So now we can just Dismember Ragavan and then Condescend something else that they play, presumably. So they'll go fetch Zagoth to have Domain. Yeah. And then we can Field of Ruin Zagoth next turn. They attack. We'll Dismember this. Alright, Ragavan dies. And then the problem is they have to, in order for us to Condescend their next play, they have to cast something that costs 3. Steam Vents. Play another Ragavan. Alright, Condescend that. Eat Kavu, Scrying. Dismember on top, which we can use to kill Ragavan. Map is also good to go get Tron online. So if I put Map, I have to spend all my mana to go get the last Tron piece. So let's put this on top, and then let's put this on top of that. So now I can play Field of Ruin, but I'm not going to activate it yet. I'm just going to pass the turn, and then I'm going to Dismember the Ragavan and cast Thirst for Knowledge, which draws us into the map and 2 other unknown cards. Alright, begin combat. Yep, we have to kill that too. Dismember Ragavan. It dies. Second main. Opponent casts Neshova Brawler, which is a 5/3 with Trample. Okay. And does nothing else, so let's cast Thirst for Knowledge. We draw Map Thirst Tower. So we cannot discard the map, so we're going to discard 2 cards, and those 2 cards are going to be Island, Power Plant. Alright. Untap, draw an island. So we need Tron online, so let's map. Can I Field of Ruin? Is there a reason to Field of Ruin them? They have so many types and another fetch land to go get more types. So it's not very helpful right at the moment. So let's just go map, and then we'll use the colorless lands so that we can keep blue up for Thirst for Knowledge. Go grab Mine, play Mine, and then pass the turn with Thirst up, and then Thirst at the end of their turn. Opponent taps a land, they bolt us. Alright, so we're going to 4. They fetch, get Savai Triome, attack with the Neshova Brawler. We go to 4. Opponent has 2 cards. Oh, we can die to Tribal Flames. Yep, we're dying to Tribal Flames. Yep, well, we die now. 0-5. Alright, so some comments on the deck. So the problem is that Blue Tron is a sort of a mix between a Tron deck and a control deck. Now, pilots of Blue Tron would tell you that it's actually a control deck that's big mana control, that it's not actually a Tron deck. So the problem is the deck is trying to put both feet into different piles. So it's got one foot in the Tron ramp strategy, and it's got the other foot in the control counterspell strategy. And as a result, it does both worse than either of the other decks do. So if you compare this deck to something like Blue-White Control, Blue-White Control is a much better control deck than this deck. And if you compare this to Tron, Tron is a better Tron deck. The issue is, so without the green for Ancient Stirrings, Sylvan Scrying, and all of the eggs that cycle themselves, the deck doesn't have nearly as good of a consistent way to find the Tron mana, which means that all of these expensive spells like Karn, One Ring, Wormcoil, even Thirst for Knowledge become spells that you just have to cast on curve normally a lot of the time. And then the other problem is that, well, if you compare it to a control decks have very consistent mana. They have draw engines like Teferi, Jace, and while this deck does have the One Ring, those decks also have hard counters, like straight up counterspell. They have removal, like Leyline Binding, Prismatic Ending, and can interact with their opponents. And this deck is interacting with 3 copies of Remand, 2 Dismembers, and then basically has 0 interaction until you get... Even Karn and the One Ring are not really sources of interaction. You basically don't get any interaction in this deck other than some Condescends and Remands, and then Repeals, which are like all are very mana intensive. Another thing that I did not realize that this deck was lacking when I started this list is the deck is actually lacking a lot of normal Karn targets. So if you look at the sideboard, there's no Pithing Needle and there's no Ensnaring Bridge, which are cards that I wanted to get throughout this league, but they're just not here. And I don't really understand why they're not here. But yeah, I've never been a fan of blue Tron, and I've always felt that every single Tron variant that isn't mono green Tron is just a worse Tron deck. And there's certainly decks like Dice Factory that are very fun, but in terms of just the raw consistency of getting Tron by turn 3 and then slamming big haymakers onto the field to win the game, mono green Tron does it best.